Hello and welcome back to Dragon Age the Veilguard. We should be off to Weisup in this episode. However, we have some more people who want to talk to us. We have these guys, and we have a new marker on Harding. So, we're going to have to go and see what everyone has to say. We also have this quest right here. It's been suggested that actually we can find the last statuette by simply, well, just clicking on this and tracking it. And then it will just lead us there, which will get us to the last regret of Solus, which might unlock more things. I don't know. It's recommended level 5 to 40, so we are technically under-leveled for that one. We're level 33, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, we're going to start by doing the two companions that just have, like, generic dialogue between each other. Then we'll go and see Harding. It could be that we're still off to Weisup, and this will only take 5 minutes, but we'll see. Hello.
I hope Manfred didn't cause too much of a mess, Lucanus.
He's enthusiastic about making tea. I give him that.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. And then we're going to head down here. And all the way in here. I think this one might be in Tasha's room. Possibly. Yes. Maybe? No, it's outside. Hello.
Someone's pensive.
What? No. Well, the alluvian on our side made a little rattle last time I went through. Thinking about the best way to fix it.
Don't let me stop you.
Okay, cool. Right, and then back outside along to Harding, and we'll see what Harding has to say. So Harding's up this way, and we'll see what she's got. You might be wondering why we're still doing all these like two-person conversations when they are generally don't have a lot in them. And my main reasoning for them is they seem to advance storylines, as in they seem to advance the individual storylines between characters and advance their party banter sometimes. So some of them are more relevant than others, and I think that they get more and more relevant over time. Anyway, Harding.
Hey, Harding?
Oh, Rook, hi. Is there something you need?
Do you want to talk?
I thought you might want someone to talk to.
Oh, Rook. That's sweet. I'm fine. Really.
Really? Okay. Well, we're all here if you,
Never mind. I can't lie. I feel awful.
It's Solus's memory, isn't it?
They stole Titan blood to walk the world like humans. And when the Titans didn't like that, they just took their spirits. Should I be angry or sad? Why aren't I angrier? It's a lot to handle.
Okay. And say, I'm sorry. This is a Dalish one. So we're sorry for the elves? He said he didn't need that previously. Let's say there's no right way.
There's really no right way to feel. You've been through a lot.
You're right. Maybe I just need time. And a snack. It's strange. I don't hate Solus for this, even though a part of me thinks I should. I don't even want revenge. We have to stop him. Too much is at stake. We all know that. The Inquisitor, you. I know it's not about the past. It's about the future. But I just want to talk. As equals. I wonder if he's even capable. Solus was always distant. Guess it's hard to react when a magic rock's talking at you. Anyway, thanks for checking on me. I'll be all right.
I know. You're Lace Harding, child of Titans. You can handle anything.
Oh, shut up.
Okay. I was also just wondering, I wonder how this plays out if you are a dwarf as well. Things I imagine will be much different, right? Yeah. There's gotta be a lot of extra dialogue choices relating to the Titan stuff if you're a dwarf. Because I'd assume that they'd let you take on the same kind of anger that Harding has, but yeah, I don't know. Anyway, let's head this way. Have we done everything? Let me have a look. Yep, we have now done everything. So, now we are going to the crossroads. Told you it might not take that long. We're going to search for wolf statues, and we're going to see whether this gets us the last regret. If it doesn't, then we're just going to go straight from the crossroads to Wise Up. So, let's go this way. Same party, same as fine, because we're going to take these two to Wise Up, I think. Because we're obviously taking Davrin, and then the other one being Harding kind of makes sense. So, right, so let's have a look here. Oh, I'm still wearing the Dragon Age 2 stuff. So this is the other quest. So that's Heart of Corruption. Then there's this one right here. So apparently there should be some way in there. Alright, yeah, wait a second. Do I know where this is? I might know where this is. Let's see. Oh, no, I don't. Oh, wait, yes. Okay, this wasn't where I thought it was, but this makes a lot of sense. Okay. Then at the back, there's something. So there's going to be undead in here for us to kill, right? Is that it?
Trouble scouted.
I think there is undead, but I don't... Oh, wait. No, I don't... Oh, no. Okay, sorry, I'm getting confused. I know where this is. So this is the dead end that we found earlier. So we need to go this path. So I actually want to fast travel over here. There we go. Just fast travel out of the combat there, because we hadn't actually entered it, just started the music. Then along here. Is this actually showing me the way to go as well? Yeah, that is perfect. So then there's this path. Whoa, hello. Where did you guys come from? Okay, that's fine. Kill him. And then dodge. Then get him. Oh, I lost my momentum. Okay. Then keep hitting him. Kill him. Wonderful. Get in here and big hit. Followed by big hit. Followed by big hit. Followed by killing him. So I just never go down this path. Yeah, I guess I had a choice of paths and then just never came back this way.
After what the Oracle said, I don't know if I want to. It's scary.
The unknown always is.
But this unknown involves Titans.
At least it won't be boring.
Oh, so I just never went this path. Oh.
Over there, another entryway like the one that took us to that Solus memory.
Okay, new Solus memory then.
There. It's happening again. We're in another of Solus's memories. Remember last time, the past really can still hurt you.
Huh. I wonder if this was locked off the first time we came here and then it's unlocked due to things that we've done. Huh. Anyway.
Glad you made it here safely. I didn't love our odds without you.
Who, me?
All right. Everything's in place. We hit Algernon's island fortress tonight. This is our best chance to free the people he's enslaved. Get in, save as many as you can, and bring them back here to Sanctuary. Be fast and be safe. I'll meet you on the other side. Fen-Haral scouting ahead. For freedom! For the Dread Wolf!
The music has hints of Inquisition in here as well. That's interesting as well. They've done that before. Okay. Right. Attack. Dodge. Hit him.
The Dread Wolf is testing his noble rebels against...
Then hit them a little bit more. Then blow them up.
How courageous.
Wait, oh, I guess I didn't hit the person who I needed to overload?
These memories can hurt us.
Oh, okay. There we go. Just keep up with this. In here. Shoot him a couple times. Hit him with some weakened stuff. There we go. Now we can just stab him to death. There we go. Oh, where did you go? Hit him. And then kill. Wonderful. And then... And... Oh, I didn't quite kill it yet. There we go.
More of Solus's memories. Elgradon sent his guards to attack the Dreadwolf's rebels.
Can't have anyone standing up to him in public.
Okay. Anything else over here? Nope. Well, let's go in.
You persist for naught.
Okay.
The people under
Pivot.
my rule are not yours to
Die.
plunder.
And get him.
More guards!
Combo. Yeah, I'm gonna need you to blast this guy. Cool. And then I'm gonna dodge. No, then I'm gonna parry. 3, 2, 1. There we go. Just need to think about it for a sec. On how we were gonna deal with that. And now hit him. That gets us in here and blow him up. Now this one, just keep shooting. Hit him. Keep shooting. And big hit. And then kill. Wonderful. Ooh, and loot.
Glad to see we all made it. Alganan's forces are making things interesting.
You, keep moving no matter what. Free those slaves. We'll take everyone else and give the guards something to think about.
We must be swift. Elganan is coming.
Solus sounded frightened.
Of Elgradon? Who wouldn't be?
Okay. Is that what he's frightened of, or is he frightened of something else? Like something else going on that others don't know about? Okay, hit him. And getting a few stabs. Okay, and hit him. Big hit. Don't know why I used that one instead of using Pilfer, but anyway, I did. Kill it.
Let's get that prison open.
Okay, so we got to move a wisp from somewhere to somewhere else. Ah, we probably needed wisps to be able to unlock this area. That's why it wasn't unlocked earlier. That makes perfect sense. Okay, where does this go? So this goes up here. Okay, anything else back here? Wait, can we just... Not quite. I was wondering if we could just jump down there. Okay, I just want to check that we cleared everything else in here before we move on. See, I didn't grab that, for instance. So you can move something down here, which can unlock doors.
Quickly, get us out of here.
Locked
Yeah.
tight, and no sign of a key.
We can move a wisp there. Let's see what's up with this first. Where does this one go? So that's gonna go there, right? Unless it goes here. Unless there's somewhere else for it to go? Yeah, no, I don't see anywhere else. It's gotta go to one of those two things. Let's stick it there for now. And then we can pick up the thing, and it probably goes to the other one, and then once both of them are set, then it works. Okay. Grab this. Run back. And then we can put that one in here. Which unlocks both sides. Yeah, okay. No loot in here. That's fine. So all of that was just to get the wisp. And then we take the wisp up here and we drop the wisp into this thing. Wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you all.
There's an alluvian nearby. We'll head there right away.
Go. The Dreadwolf must be waiting for you.
Okay. Work our way back. There's the bridge up here
Quickly!
now.
Elganan approaches.
Stop his guards. We need to buy time for the captives to get to safety.
I will hold off Elganan himself for as long as I am able.
Okay. Moving forward.
The vermin keep coming. Go. I will deal with that ragged wolf.
One last push.
Okay, hit it. I haven't tried parrying that one yet. I've only parried the skulls. I need to try parrying these things. I am not getting the right timing on that. Okay, try it again. We got infinite time to try. That one's red. Okay. Don't try and parry the red one. Okay. Send it. Yo-ho! You can get it. You just have to be, like, pretty on the ball when you're pressing the button. There we go. Keep shooting. There we go. Keep shooting. This bow doesn't seem to do any damage. I don't know if you've noticed that. The bow seems to do nothing. At least right now. I wonder if we made a change to her. Oh, these guys are resistant to fire. Never mind. It's because we're using the fire bow. It was saying vulnerable, so I was like, why is it doing no damage? But no, these guys are resistant to fire. That makes a lot of sense. Hit him. Right. Big hit. Blow him up. Aim for this guy, because he's got pretty much no stagger left. Then big hit. Then a little pilfer. Okay, ow. Tried to parry that, but didn't work. Keep up our damage. Then big hit. Hit him. Shoot this guy at the back. 2 seconds. Right. 1 second. Oh, wait, we're going to kill him anyway. I was trying to think of when we're going to get the detonation, but it doesn't matter. There we go.
There will be a reckoning for this Solus, no matter how far you run.
Let the big asshole rant. Everyone we freed is safe in the crossroads.
Without all of you, well, thank you. But can Elganon find us here?
He cannot. I have made sure of...
Solus?
Elganon is a powerful opponent. My apologies. It is of no consequence. What matters, my friends, is that today, all of us are free.
I think that's it. The memory ends here.
Huh. Solus actually did some good back in the day, freeing those people.
I wish he'd just told us some of this.
And now all that's left is this fragment. Come on, let's go.
Just gonna check that we've cleared the area. Yes, because this is where we're fighting. Okay. So that definitely looked like... Sorry, I just saw the Antam thing pop up in the subtitles. Yeah. So that definitely looked like he was doing something that he wasn't telling anyone else about, right? So that looked like he was doing something with Elganon, and he's like, today we're now free. Is that when he trapped them all in the, or behind the veil? Because that seems like that might be what happened there. Okay. We got Watcher's Robe's common appearance. Okay, cool. Veil Jumper Strength, level 34. Also, did we get a skill point just for doing it as well? Let's see. It didn't tell us, but I don't think we did. Nope, just got one for leveling up. Alright then. We could take Reign of Decay. It's an interesting ability because it's a control ability. So that would potentially allow us to run 3 control abilities, each of which gives us 25 momentum for using. Which would then give us another ability, which would then give us another momentum, and... Okay. That's potentially cool. The other one is Bated Breath, where you can charge up your arrows to another level. We need to take one of these, because what we want to do is we want to get to this one, which has maximum arrows. So it's whichever one of these we think we're going to use. Just thinking about this here as well. Do I have the... Yeah, I have physical skills on currently. Yeah, that makes sense. But that's only for strike ability. So this would actually be less good against the immediate thing that we're going to face, which is Darkspawn. So we should probably switch to Bated Breath. Yeah. And then we could actually have this as a switch one as well. Whenever we're facing not Darkspawn, we can use Reign of Decay. That makes sense to me, actually. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Oh, also any new codex entries for that? Yes. Dwarven people. Actually, this one's probably for Harding stuff, but anyway. Harding's notes, the Oracle. Shaper Valta joined with a Titan, and now the Kalsharok dwarves call her the Oracle, and she talks to them by possessing a stone figure. Need to write it down, it feels unbelievable. Thoughts? Does the Oracle's physical self still exist somewhere? Does she pass her consciousness through the stone? Or is she just a stone figure that sometimes wakes up? Can she move rock, too? Why won't she give me straight answers? Has the connection to the Titan changed how she experiences the world? Is that why she communicates strangely? There are moments where I feel like time is different. Or that space is different. Will I end up talking in riddles too? Why does no one know what happened to the Titans? How loudly can I scream without everyone hearing me? On the fall of Kalsharok. The nobles who were told about the plan to seal the deep roads were advised to keep the news to themselves to avoid a panic. When gossip trickled down to the commons as the high houses made preparations to flee, informed by rumour, those with the means sought to their own escape. Less than 100 of the 1,000 who inhabited the Tig make it through the deep road before the tunnels collapsed. In the following days, we confronted ourselves and each other, struggled against our own monstrosity before the first Darkspawn ever arrived at Kalsharok. Excerpt from A History of Kalsharok by Dura, Steward of Memories. This makes it seem like the Darkspawn weren't the worst of it. Harding. Well, yeah. It was them realizing that they could and would do that to rid themselves of the Darkspawn. And then we get the chest that I saw so long ago. Let's grab it. Okay. Lorry Hunter Bow. Upgrade it. More damage to enemies that are 20 or more meters away. You know, I always dislike these in video games. Where it's like, when it's more than 20 meters away. What the hell is a meter in a video game? Right? Like, how far away is that in reality? Like, I have no concept of what a meter is in game. Like, I don't know. It would be nice if it had, like, some way of showing you. Like a thing around where it could be like a picture of your character and then a like circle around them saying this is how far this actually is. Because I'm like 20 meters in combat, I'm never gonna notice that. Like, not one bit. I know we're about to be attacked, which is why I'm in the menu. Because if I do this now, then we're not in combat. We did get some new clothing. We could have a look at that, see whether this one's just not hideous enough. Someone say there was something.
I wonder if there's anything on Kalsharok in here.
The ancient dwarves?
I figured if anyone would have a book like that, it would be Solus.
He probably wrote it. The memoirs now, some of those are interesting.
Ancient memoirs. They must show a different world.
They show how people think, what they tell and what they don't. And that hasn't changed much at all.
I think someone suggested checking out the music room again. I'm just going to quickly check this. Oh no, yeah, we had that. We've done that. Yeah. Unless there was something else up the top. No, that brings us up here. Maybe this unlocks after the last Solus memory or something. Right. Oh, I actually wanted to be up there because I want to go to our room. So this is going to be Solus's last regret that we're going to see after we go to our room. That's Emrich's room. After we go to our room. Because then we'll get to see basically everything that Solus has done wrong in his life. Or that he feels he's done wrong. Common appearance? No, it's Jumper's appearance. Oh, no, I'm looking in the wrong bit. I should be looking in here. There we go. Right. Watcher's robes. The cloth of this robe is thick as a blanket, yet soft as silk, and makes far less noise than it should. You know, like, see, that one is slightly more acceptable than the other two. I kind of like that one. Like, comparing these two, I still think that this is missing something. Like, it's not quite as exciting as it could be. We'll switch, just for the switch. And we can always turn off Kirkwall's Finest whenever we're bored of it. Yeah, see, the problem I have is like these things on the legs, obviously like they're not restricted, but they feel like it would make your character more restrictive. It's a very odd, it's like a robe, but what they wanted to do was do a robe where your character's legs wouldn't get trapped, so you end up with this kind of thing. It's a very odd look, but anyway. Let's see what this one's about. Ah, Mythal.
I knew that you would find me soon enough. You need the power of a god. The strength that I alone still carry.
The blighted Evanuris will soon break free from their prison. I must make a stronger one that can contain them.
While the prison is important, it is not the only goal you seek.
Why should I not tear down the veil and bring back immortality to all the Elven people? They deserve it.
The Elven people of today do not deserve to see the world they love be torn apart to salve your conscience.
I must fix what I have broken. I am sorry.
As am I, old friend.
And this, was this not an Inquisition? I think it might have been.
Solus killed Mythal? After all that? Is this another memory from a different time?
No. He wore that same outfit in the Inquisition. We knew Solus woke up in this world without most of his power. Now we know how he got it back.
By killing the only other god around and stealing her power.
All that epic magic and godly power. In the end, it comes down to love and murder. Same as always.
Okay. Also, I'm not sure if that's, I don't know if that was voiced in Inquisition, but the voice for Mythal sounds different. Anyway. Let's be pragmatic.
So we've got all the Dreadwolf's deep dark secrets. Anything we can use?
He's being honest about fighting the Blight. Whatever happens, he won't risk letting it back out into the world.
Agreed. But he has a plan to escape that prison, and not one we'll like.
He turned on Mythal, the one person he was actually loyal to. There's no way he won't turn on us.
He's a spirit, or was once. He might be able to possess someone, affect minds, all the things spirits do.
He created the veil. His very nature is tied to it. That will be a source of strength, but also a potential weakness.
Mythal has him all messed up. Anything about her or Algernon is gonna make him angry. Sloppy.
Solus thinks he knows what's best for everyone. Anything he does, he'll do while telling himself he's the hero.
I think this one fits R1. He's wrong, but not evil.
Solus has caused a lot of damage, but he's not like Algernon trying to wreck the world to rule it. He's trying to repair the damage he caused, and he knows he's made mistakes. There might be hope for him.
You don't think he'll turn on us?
No, he's totally gonna turn on us. I mean, after that.
You have witnessed the Protector's tale, Dweller, almost to its end.
Almost? How can there be more?
When the mighty fall, their echoes cross the ages. An audience is warranted. Speak with your visitor. She awaits you in the crossroads.
Oh. Mythal? Well, it's gotta be Mythal. Otherwise known as Lemon. Huh. Well, this would keep up her streak of being in all the Dragon Age games. Let's see. I mean, it's 4 of 4, it's not that many, but still. Oh, it's right here. Okay, well that makes it easy. It's Morgan. Never mind. I was gonna say, it seemed odd that it could be, yeah. It seemed odd that it could be her, but no, Morgan makes more sense.
Well met, Rook.
Hello.
How did you get here?
I did tell you I had my ways through Illuvians when I introduced you to the Inquisitor, did I not?
The Illuvians in general, yes, but not the Dreadwolf's Crossroads.
I would think you have more pressing questions at the moment. Questions about Solus and Mythal?
Mythal?
The two gods have always been linked, have they not? First, when Mythal bade her companion spirit to abandon the Fade and take on mortal form. Then, when Solus spilled Mythal's mortal blood, that he might absorb her power as his own.
Wait, how do you know exactly what we saw of Solus's past?
Think upon it, Rook. You saw for yourself in the Dreadwolf's memories. When Mythal stood against the gods' manipulations of the Blight, she was betrayed and struck down. Yet she survived and returned ages later to aid the Inquisition in its hour of need. How?
Ancient elven magic?
The elven gods had access to magic beyond anything we can imagine?
To be sure, but it matters less what they possessed than what they were. You recall that the first elves were spirits, do you not? Mythal was a spirit turned elven. And when her body was struck down, to spirit she returned, her essence sheltered in a willing mortal vessel. Over the centuries, she journeyed from host to host, slowly amassing her former power anew. Until once again she was struck down, on this occasion by Solus. He absorbed her power, but not her memories.
Then where did they... Wait. You?
As you say.
Okay. I don't truly remember this part of Inquisition, which has caused me issues, but I get the feeling that there's a choice that would have made this part of the game, like, that makes this conversation not quite fit, that I made. I don't think that it's a choice that matters too much. As in, I think there's a canon way for it to go, unless there was some way that they resolved it. But anyway, let's not worry about that. I should greet you in Elven. Mythal, who ruined everything. You're her. How complicated will this get? Then I can use your aid. Let's greet them in Elven.
Mythal. Mirtad Varim. Elven Los Arlethan.
Mana Lama. Altel Vara Mythad.
Well, I should honor you a little, I think, if you're really Mythal. What? That was like how Elgranon and Gillinan can talk in your head, but...
'Twas Mythal you heard, her echoes. Yet I am not the goddess returned.
What are you then?
I once feared Mythal would consume me were I to carry her, but 'twas not so. I remained free-willed and mortal. What I now possess is but a spark of Mythal, shadowed memories through which to sift for meaning. As to our admixture, I suspect you have questions?
I would suspect that, based upon what we've heard in Origins, which was where they did most of this, and the story has obviously been slightly retconned since Origins, but I would assume that if Mythal was at full strength, then Mythal may have overwhelmed Morrigan and taken over. But because Mythal is freshly weakened, she didn't. Many questions. How did this all happen, I think, is a good start.
So, there's the soul of an elven god inside you. How does that even happen?
Mythal's last host was my mother, Flemeth.
Oh.
When I learned she intended me to become the next receptacle of an ancient god's soul, I feared naught would be left of my own. It inevitably came to pass on a deep night. I was awakened by the presence of a blaze of magic in the shape of a woman who both was and was not my mother.
sounds incredibly weird.
This isn't the strangest thing I've heard, but it's close.
'Tis difficult to describe, even now. Mathal's memories were both gift and burden, this blazing woman told me, but I must accept them of my own accord. The decision was paralyzing. What would it mean to become such a host? What would be lost if I refused? In the end, 'twas something in my mother's voice which guided me.
What was that?
Regret. Not the regret of a god, but of a mother who knew she would never see me again. And so, my mind remains my own. What I gained was knowledge, both Mathal's and of those who bore her.
Okay. I'm going to ask this one. It's a stupid question. She's not elven because the previous host wasn't elven, and the previous host wasn't elven, so on and so forth. But we're going to ask it.
How can you carry Mathal's soul if you're not an elf?
Her spark has sheltered within both elves and humans who were sympathetic to her in thought and circumstance. Mathal's last host was a woman wronged, trapped by those sworn to love her. We may readily imagine their kinship.
Why didn't she help the elves?
The fall of our civilization, the wars, everything elves went through. Where was Mathal for us then?
After the god's betrayal, she was a shadow of her former self, bereft of her power, slowly regaining her strength over the centuries. So she aided the elves as she could, speaking in dreams and offering counsel that ended blights and prevented wars.
At least now we know.
Okay. How'd you and Solus get along?
You would have met Solus in the Inquisition, right?
I did indeed. 'Twas before I possessed Mathal's memories. At the time, I thought Solus a scowling elven apostate whose sole passion was finding arguments. He heard me, in all my ignorance, expound on the histories of the elven people, explaining legends he had witnessed himself.
Bet he loved that.
'Tis not a memory that brings me pride.
Okay then. Can you help against the gods?
Do you have information we can use against Gillenane or Elganon? Or Solus?
The last time Mathal faced Elganon and Gillenane, she was struck down by the very dagger you now carry.
What about Solus?
You may recall he murdered Mathal's former host to claim her godly might as his own. I hoard no untapped magical secrets, Rook. What I do possess, I share freely with you and the Veil Jumpers.
All right.
I'd like to move on.
You didn't come out here just to tell me you're Mathal.
I am not Mathal in her entirety, but yes, the Dreadwolf has occasion to visit you in dreams, where he portions out advice. And now, after finding his memories, you have peered into his deepest sorrows. Tell me then, what do you make of Solus?
Trapped. He's trying to help. He's torn but doesn't know it. He's a self-pitying monster. Or what do you? What do you?
I should ask you. Mathal knew Solus better than anyone.
I would influence your answer. Or do you mean to discover if I would stand directly against the Dread Wolf, were there a need?
Would you?
I shall aid you in any way, but that, even had I the power. What has passed between Solus and Mathal? I beg you, do not ask this of me again.
He's torn but doesn't know it. He's a self-pitying monster, trapped, or he's trying to help. I think we'll say he's torn but doesn't know it.
Solus talks a lot about what has to be done, being forced to make hard choices. But it's like he's trying to talk himself into it. I think, deep down, he doesn't entirely believe what he's saying.
'Tis exactly like the old wolf to tie himself into the most intricate knots. 'Tis not malice which made Solus your opponent, but conviction, a belief that only he may halt what he set in motion. Yet Solus was once beloved of Mythal. 'Tis his very loyalty and love for his people that led to the tragedy we now face. You may be in a position to determine how it ends, more so than either of you might realize.
Okay. Well, maybe this can end okay.
Maybe there's a way we all get what we want.
Do you truly believe such a thing?
Well, maybe at least what we deserve.
If you would shape the outcome of your battle, I've one last secret to share. When Mythal was struck down by the other gods, it was with her own lyrium dagger, the dagger you now carry. Solus recovered it from Elganon, and from it extracted a fragment of Mythal that had lain hidden within its depths. This fragment, a younger sister to the one I carry, if you will, resides here, in the crossroads. I can open the way for you. Find her, survive the encounter, and the essence you obtain will aid you in times to come.
Oh. There are 2 Mythals?
Another fragment of Mythal, in addition to the one inside you.
You are aware of what the word fragment means, are you not? One small piece of many, formed when something greater is broken. The first elves were spirits, as you well know, and when a spirit is broken, it may shatter into pieces, each holding part of the original. Among the ancient elves who became known as gods, Dirthaman and his brother, Falondine, are but one example.
Okay. She's not friendly?
You make it sound like this piece of Mythal is going to attack me.
You know Solus, and have seen Elganon, and memories of Mythal. They are creatures of emotion, as all spirits are. The fragment of Mythal that resides in me lived among mortals for thousands of years. She has grown wiser and more patient. This younger sister has not. She is the essence of Mythal as a god. She is unlikely to listen to polite requests, and though she is but a fragment of the goddess, the battle will test you sorely.
If she's just going to attack us, why tell us about her at all? We have enough enemies already.
A fragment of a god's essence is a powerful thing. It may give you options against Elganon and Gellanane, or against the Dread Wolf himself, should he prove as cunning and treacherous as ever.
Could you talk to her?
You would know this aspect of Mythal better than anyone. Could you try talking to her?
I dare say she would attack me on sight.
Spirits can't get along with fragments of each other?
Spirits, certainly. But the aspects of a self-righteous god who have walked different paths for ages? One bears the insult of her betrayal by the Evanurus, and then by Solus, as fresh wounds, insult upon injury. The other once fell in love with an Alamari chieftain and lived happily in a swamp for centuries. Each reminds the other that another path existed, that they could have been wrong, and nothing angers Mythal like being wrong.
Okay. About types of spirits?
What kind of spirit was Mythal before she became an elf? I know Solus is elven for pride.
Mythal enjoyed ruling and having power, but it came not from the overweening desire to crush resistance, as is the case with Elganon. The emotion that inspired her might best be described as benevolence, a guiding hand inclined to kindness. But like any spirit, when angered or twisted against her purpose, a more violent aspect arose. Where the Dreadwolf's wisdom gave way to pride when the world did not meet his standards, Mythal's benevolence gave way to retribution. After all, when kindness fails, the guilty must be punished.
Okay, any suggestions?
If I were to try to talk with her, do you have any suggestions?
She will demand respect, but detest flattery. She appreciates righteous anger, but will not tolerate pity. She is, for want of better phrasing, prickly. But if you are determined to try, then I wish you luck.
I'll see what I can do.
Thank you for the information, Morgan.
There is one more thing, if I may. Something whispered not by myself, but Mythal. The elves have learned many of the glories and horrors of ancient Elvenon. Yet your people live in this world now as the old elves never could. Know it as they could not. There is your strength. 'Tis why you shall surpass what came before one day.
Did Mythal see this? Is it a prediction?
A hope from a mother to her distant children, no less beloved than any before them.
Okay. A fight with Mythal. Well, I can tell you for one, that if it's going to be like other Mythal / Flemeth fights, well, I mean, this one wouldn't be Flemeth at all, because Flemeth, of course, is a host of Mythal, and therefore it wouldn't be the same, because this would be the Mythal before she became the host. Anyway, if it's going to be like other fights with Mythal, it's going to be a dragon. So we should probably prepare. However, I'm not going to. I am going to do something I haven't done on previous ones, where if we happen to be hitting a resisted weakness, I am going to deliberately throw. But if we're at least neutral, well, we'll give it a shot. Also, I have no idea what level it's going to be. I have to assume 40 based upon the quest, but we'll see.
A god's fragment, sharper than the whole, prevail, or be sundered completely.
Unless we can just talk our way out of it, which would be interesting. Nest of the
We're
Ancients.
getting close to where Morgan said that other fragment of Mythal was.
Okay. Well, back to what we do when we reach a new area. I have also been told that we are out of exploration areas, as in out of brand new exploration areas. Not like this, where this is an extension to a previous area. So, we should treat any new areas that we come across as a one-off visit. That's obviously the way we get out, because there's loot up there. The traitor's last word. The stone nearby bears the gouges of titanic claws. A message has been carved shakily into the ground with a broken tooth. They accused me of treachery against Fen-Haral and cast me down from the heights. I protested my innocence then, I protest it now, clawing with my limbs shattered. There was no one to hear, so I offer myself up for the execution that once most pleased the gods. In the name of Nuniel be cleansed with flame. Okay. Over here? Anything over here? Yup, we got that. And we have Mythal.
That has to be her.
A fragment of Mythal herself. We talking or fighting?
Guess we'll find out.
Talking if we can. Let's see. That is definitely a giant, dragon fight arena.
You are Rook. I have seen you and your companions. I never again expected to see my children in the Dreadwolf's crossroads. And you know who I am.
Mythal.
The part of me that survived betrayal by the rest of the Evenuris, if this can be called surviving. Solas. He drew me from the dagger that struck me down, but what is left of me can only survive here. I cannot return to the world, and even the true Fade is denied me. All I can do is watch. Have you come to seek the blessing of your god? Or did you come to ask your god to sacrifice herself to help you defeat the monsters Elganon and Gillenane have become?
Die, false god. I don't think that's what we're gonna do. You're not gonna help us, or I want your help. I came here to talk. I want your help.
I came here to ask for your help. The gods have endangered the world and...
You dare explain to me what they are doing? You are 1,000 years from knowing the proper words.
We saw Solas's memories, his regrets.
You saw the recollection he cultivated like a tree, twisting to catch the sun. You wish for my help? Convince me. Make your case, and I will yield my essence willingly to help you against Elganon and Gillenane. Fail, and I shall kill you for wasting my time, or you will kill me and obtain my essence in doing so. A harder-edged, simpler version. It has been centuries since a petitioner stood before me, so why should I help you?
Huh. Okay. Interesting. Many different paths that we can go through here. We are worthy. That's an interesting one. So, no flattery is not going to help here, is what we were told. What are we going to do? I'm trying to think what would motivate Mythal. We must stop the blight. She is against the blight that we know of. Solas is helping me. That's a double-edged sword. That could work or not work. We must stop the gods. That's a little bit too wishy-washy. That's not a real thing. We are worthy. As a bold claim, we would have to prove it though. Let's say we must stop the blight.
If I don't stop the gods, the whole world will be corrupted by the blight.
That is why you must succeed, so tell me why I must help you.
We know the truth about the blight. We know it came from the imprisoned dreams of the Titans after you and Solas defeated them.
And?
The blight is your fault.
And the blight only happened because of what you did. You need to fix your mistake.
My mistake? I saved lives and ended a war, you petulant child. Your words are weak. Prove your worth or die.
I think I failed the dialogue. Okay, maybe going aggressive was not the right path. Holy moly. It's a dragon. I believe that is the same color dragon as previous fights with Flemeth. But I guess this is Mythal, obviously different, but...
Everyone, get ready!
Same source of the power.
That's one big dragon.
Okay, so that's level 45. That's gonna hurt. Okay, let me just get in close, get in close, get in close. I kind of want to get the dialogue done correctly. I do want to get close enough so I can actually see what you're weak to. Could you land? Vulnerable to necrotic. Okay, wonderful. That doesn't reset it. Yeah. You gonna hit me? Or... Wonderful. You gonna hit me? Hit me. Hit me. Hit me.
Got him in position.
There we go. Right. Load last save. I want to try the dialogue again, if we can. Can I try the dialogue again? I think it will let me. Yes, because it spawns me here. But is that... Wait, no, she's not there this time. Wait, am I locked out of it? I'm locked out of it. No. Oh, well that's disappointing. Wait, is there a way to go to a previous save? Yes. Alright. That's good. I appreciate when a game has an autosave, but it actually has enough autosaves that you can use it. Yeah, no, I want to redo the dialogue.
We're getting close to where Morgan said that other fragment of Mythal was.
Okay, so. Grab it. Clear this out. We need a different tact. So Mythal, let's think a little bit more about Mythal and how we're going to handle this. Mythal is the goddess, or she's a spirit of benevolence and retribution. So retribution, justice, revenge, benevolence, a care for people. I think there's something we could do there. I think we went the wrong tact. I think
How
going
should
against
we
her
do this,
pride
Rook?
was wrong.
Do you think she'll talk to us?
Let's see this here.
You are Rook. I have seen you.
Yes.
I never again expected to see.
That's fine. Yeah.
So, have you, or did you?
I want your help.
I came here.
You. You.
There we go. Skip all of this.
It is.
Okay. We must stop the blight.
If I don't stop the god,
That is why.
we know the truth.
And
The blight is your fault didn't work. You stood against it or people will die. Let's say she stood against it. So we're going to go for her previous acts against it. Let's try this. Although people will die if it's more the benevolence thing, but let's say this first.
Stopping the blight mattered enough for you to talk with Solus even after he rebelled against you. It mattered enough for you to stand against the other gods.
And I was struck down for doing so, betrayed by those I had ruled beside for centuries.
You made the difficult choice to protect your home because it was the right thing to do. Help me do the same.
Not bad, but not enough. Let us speak of something else.
Okay, first one is there. Solus is helping me. We are not worthy. We must stop the gods. Or sorry, we are worthy. This could backfire. I'm kind of just interested to see what she says and what we say. Solus is helping me?
Solus is helping me.
Solus is using you. Besides, why should I esteem the Dreadwolf's approbation? He rebelled against me.
But the two of you stayed close.
Until he killed the tattered fragment of me who hid inside the human swamp witch and wept. He keeps me here, yet has not visited since waking from his slumber. Tell me this. What should I have done when Solus turned against me after all we had been to one another?
What should I have done when Solus turned against me? All we had been to one another. I'm sorry that happened, forgotten him, or respected him. I don't think forgotten him is the right answer. I think it has to be respected him, or I'm sorry that happened. I think respected is going to make her unhappy at us. So I'm going to say I'm sorry that happened.
I am so sorry, Mythal. To be betrayed, and then brought back, and have the one person who remembers you not be able to face you.
Enough! I do not want your pity. I do not need your pity! Your words are weak.
Okay, prepare my worth or die. I got it. I got it.
Ready.
Right. Of course, she's a big dragon.
Yeah, she's a big dragon. Temporary decision save? Wait a second. Temporary decision save? What's this? Is this right before I made the choice that backfired? Wait a second. Is this what I'm looking for?
We're getting close to where Morgan said that other fragment of Mythal was.
Okay. So in here, click it. Open. Clear. Close it. Right. Down this way.
That has to be her.
So we got some of the conversation right so far.
This, Rook? Do you think she'll talk to us?
I think respected has to be the answer.
You are Rook.
No, I don't need any of this dialogue. Thank you. I want your help. There we go. We must stop the blight.
If I don't stop...
You stood against it.
Stopping...
He's going to say that's good, but not good
bad.
enough. Solus.
Solus.
He keeps me here.
Respected him.
Maybe you should have listened when he warned you about staying on as rulers after the war.
Are you saying I was wrong?
You asked me what you should have done. I can't prove my worth by lying to you. Solus didn't want to manifest a physical body or destroy the Titans. He did things he hated because he cared about you. Supporting you and Elgranon becoming rulers was the one line he wouldn't cross. If someone who followed you everywhere refused to follow you there, what does that say?
If you wish to prove your worth, you must do better than that.
So I think we are worthy is the thing you say at the end, so we must stop the gods.
You can't want Elgranon and Gillenane to rule the world. Not after what they did to you.
I ruled alongside them for centuries. I bear them no love now, and they were ever flawed, as all rulers are. Yet they were better than the others who threatened your ancestors. Monsters like the Titans, or selfish fools like Anaris. Set the blight aside, and tell me why I should help you topple your own gods.
Put the blight aside. They wronged you, or we need no gods. They wronged you is getting into pity line. They wronged you could lead into retribution. Put the blight aside, or we need no gods. I'm going to say put the blight aside.
How am I supposed to just set the blight aside?
By making an argument not related to it, as I asked you to.
The blight is a core part of who they are. And I don't think you're in favor of it.
My patience wears thin. Choose your next words carefully. Why must I give myself over to you?
Because we are worthy.
I am worthy of your help.
That is for me to judge.
I am fighting to protect this world.
Any petty tyrant can fight those who come to their land and claim to be protecting their people. What is a protector to you?
That's flattery. We were told no flattery. Killing monsters or building a safe place. It's got to be building a safe place. Like killing monsters, that's not going to be it. I'm trying to be like you, that's flattery. Has to be building a safe place.
It's making a place that's safe for everyone. That means defending against danger. But it also means building a strong community that works together for the common good.
And what have you built?
Look at my team. We're not just hired blades. We started as strangers and grew together into a family.
Your arguments are compelling. I find you worthy, Rook. I have spent thousands of years watching. I shall miss that. But if what I am can protect the innocent and smite the guilty, this is what remains of me. I give it to you freely. Use it to protect this world with kindness when possible and cunning when necessary.
I will. Thank you.
I offer one further boon. I cannot enter the physical world or the pure Fade, but in this place, I still carry some power. Evil has intruded here. The blight, seeded by Elgranon and Gillenane. Find it, and when you meet your greatest challenge, I will fly one last time.
Oh, okay. So she's going to help us against the very, very powerful one.
The essence of the Protector.
The lady's favor.
Like a piece of the sun. I've never felt something so alive.
I don't want to ruin the moment, but what do we do with it?
A god knows her moment. At least her essence does. When the time comes, we'll be ready.
Well, we know what to do with it. We know exactly where to take it. Also, a unique longsword. So it does 0 base damage, but does fire, necrotic, electricity, and cold. So it does 240 damage. And that night, when the sun had gone to sleep, Mythal gathered the glowing earth and formed it into a sphere to be placed in the sky. But what this really means is not that it does 240 damage, right? You could look at it that way. But every enemy is going to resist one of those ones and be weak to one of those ones, right? So what this actually does is it does double damage on the weakness, and then half damage on the resistance, I assume. I actually don't know if it does double damage for a weakness, now that I think about it. We've never tested that. But you would assume that it would do, in that case, it would do 160 plus 80, so 240, plus 80, so 320, plus 40 for the one that's resisted, so that would then give you, like, 360, right? Although that's not true, because we know that resisting made it go from, like, 100 damage from vulnerability to 10 damage. So I have no idea what the numbers are on it, but what I'm saying is this might actually do a lot more damage than you think. Is it gonna outperform physical? I think it's gonna outperform the 289 physical damage every day of the week. The negative, of course, is that although it will outperform 289 physical damage from the Duelist Blade, the Duelist Blade also applies necrotic damage, plus 40, and it applies necrosis when I hit with the riposte hit, and when it expires I deal physical damage to the target, right? Like, although Mythal's Light will outperform it and it is a better base sword, the bonuses on Duelist Blade probably outperform. But yeah, interesting. Maybe Mythal's stuff gets rid of... I just realized it might get rid of that extra phase in the other fight. That the phase where we're alone. That would make sense to me. Interesting. I'm also interested to see what happens if you just defeat the boss, although that's not really a thing that we can look at here. We may have to... Well, I may have to look at that later. But I wonder if you get a different reward. Because she was suggesting that you would. But anyway. A fragment of Mythal found the team worthy of her power and willingly surrendered her essence. That power now rests safely with the team, ready for when they find a way to use it to stop Elganon or Gillinane, or any other god who might strike.
We did it! We got Mythal's essence.
And it didn't turn into a fight.
Not sure what we do with it just yet, but if Morgan's telling the truth, it'll come in handy at some point.
Interesting. The Fallen Protector. A pantomime theatre mask of Mythal. In narrative, she is the portent that spurs the story, suffering first and most the forces that wish the tale untold and the hero unsung. Okay. Yeah. Also, if I had thought that the Mythal fight was unique, we may have done it anyway. But I mean, it's quite clearly just the electric dragon fight, and we kind of know the electric dragon fight. Right, down here. How funny would it be if she just spawned in? Just anyway. Like, oh, you came down here? Time to fight. Where do we even go from here? There's gotta be a way out of this arena. Oh, it's over here. Okay. I don't think I missed any loot back there. Oh. Mythal's Grace. Medallion bearing the symbol of Mythal, ringed with the notes of a song inscribed in spectral notation, music that cannot be heard in this world. Okay, that cleared it out. Oh, and we have the elven people as well, I just noticed. What do we have in here? Fragments of Mythal. Excerpt from a letter from Seer Rowan of the Lords of Fortune to Emmerich and Balara. It is fascinating to hear of your group's encounter of the fragment of Mythal. If the elven gods are indeed spirits who manifested, they are complex enough to hold a variety of impulses and emotions. When Mythal was killed, each fragment might represent one part of her personality. Excerpt of Balara's reply. Yes, when I asked the Dalish about Flemish, she carried Mythal before Morgan did. I learned that among the Dalish clan she was known as Asha Belinar, respected as a mage even though she was human. It sounds like, even though she wasn't trying to rule anymore, she still wanted to help, or meddle. Mythal and Flemeth both like to meddle. Excerpt of Emmerich's reply. Indeed, it raises the question of whether the fragment of Mythal that Morgan carries was more naturally guided to guidance and wisdom than a more imperious spirit we met in the crossroads. They may be different facets of Mythal's personality, the mentor as opposed to the ruler. The fragments may have also originally been closer in personality, deviating over the years. One imagines Flemeth's fragment must have changed after centuries spent with mortals, and perhaps the Crossroads fragment grew frustrated by her own inability to affect the outside world. It could also very well be a mixture of the above. A spirit, like any person, may affect others and be affected by others in turn. Okay. Interesting. But yeah, I think the spirit lore and it all changing, like that goes all, I think that goes back to, I think It might even have been an awakening, like the spirits changing from one thing to another. I think that's where it came from initially. And if it wasn't awakening, then it was the gap between awakening and 2 with Anders. But I'm trying to think if it came up in the base origin story. But anyway. A refuge for Mythal. Solus always thought Mythal would join us eventually, that she was better than the rest of the Evanuris. He made this place so she'd be comfortable here once she joined the rebellion. Now it's too late. Solus has sealed this place off out of grief. He won't let me in. I'm sorry, my friend. There was something left for the war to take from you after all. A Lassen. And the chest. A pale reflection. Okay. So, a unique amulet deals more damage versus enemies with low health. Standard enemies are now always considered to have low health. Oh. Defeating an enemy grants 5% ultimate. She saw their weak hearts and struck them down. Now this is very interesting because we've seen other things that only trigger when enemies have low health. That would be very good against them. Although it not affecting bosses fits into my like personal hatred of game mechanics, where it's like, we got this mechanic, it's really good at killing like weak enemies, you can kill them really quickly, and it's like, okay, cool, but it doesn't affect bosses, and you go, oh, so actually it's useless because weak enemies are weak. The things that are good against bosses, right, are good against weak enemies. The things that are good against weak enemies are not good against bosses, so you should just always get the thing that's good against bosses, because it'll be better in the long run. I don't know. Anyway. Does that mean that we have got everything in the crossroads? No, we are missing one big chest. Oh, in which case that's obvious. Like, the one big chest is going to be behind this boss fight. It's very obvious that that's where the chest is going to... It has to be. Okay. So in terms of, like, finding things, we've almost got all of that. Docktown. We've got that area we can't access. And... we may or may not be able to access it now that I think about it. But yeah, we've got an area we can't access. Arlathan, we're missing one chest in an area we can't access. We're assuming. Treviso, we're missing one chest. Must be in an area we can't access. Ravane Coast, we have a whole section that is blocked off currently. But we're going to assume the things are in there. Hall of Valor, we got everything. Necropolis Halls. We're missing 3 chests. That seems like an area we can't access kind of problem. And then we're missing a chunk of the Hosberg wetlands. But yeah, there are definitely areas we can't access there as well. That blocked off by the Blight. So yeah, this... I think we've got quite a lot of things discovered. But it doesn't feel like we're... like, it feels simultaneously like we're really far through the game. And not far at all, if that makes sense. This is the other one that I have something for. It's a side weapon as well. Interesting. By that I'm meaning that, although we've almost got everything discovered, the story barely feels like it's, like, kicking off. Like, we've got a lot of lore, but it seems that there are mechanics that would require the game to last longer, right? Like, the hardening mechanic. Is this just a thing for Nev? Like, it seems like there should be an opportunity for all your companions to, like... have hardening experiences where they can then I'm trying to think of the right way of putting it. It seems like there should be chances for all of your companions to potentially become hardened, so that they then potentially break away from you for a time, and you should have lots of things to resolve with them. I don't know, maybe those are all like done in side areas. Also, what's this? Hero of the Veilguard. Complete the companion's personal arcs to achieve Hero of the Veilguard status. Oh. And I should have that for nobody. Okay. Yeah, so I guess that's going to be the thing that's in like the second part of, or a third part of the game maybe. Is that it's going to be a lot of companion quests and one-off areas. Huh. Yeah, it's going to end up feeling a lot different, I think, than what you would expect. Based upon the first part of the game, which is like large areas, quests that lead you through the large areas. In a way, it kind of mirrors Inquisition in that way, right? Inquisition, if you think about it, the base game was huge open world areas, And then when you get to the final DLC, it's like a lot of very straightforward areas. I don't know. Anyway, this place is looking a lot more colourful with all of Solas's regrets on the walls. It's really done a wonder for the decor. Right, Tash wants to speak with Balara, and then we have Nev and Harding. And then we are, I think, ready to go to Whitehall.
Does this place have anything on dragons?
Oh, I think I saw something. Let me help you look.
Just, you know, casually inspecting Solas's, you know, worst day of his life. Or one of the 5. It's like, okay. Also, I did like how Mathal said something that I said previously. Where I was like, they were presenting it as fact, and I'm like, well, yeah, but it's fact as Solas saw it, it's his memories. And then Mathal just straight up called out the same thing. It's like, yeah, that's how Solas sees it. Or was it Morgan? It was one of the two. Same
I found
difference.
a cupboard full of jars. Do you think Solas liked cookies?
You know him better than I do.
I can't picture him just eating cookies. Well, maybe Bran.
You think the Dreadwolf settles for Bran?
He'd have philosophical reasons for it.
Okay. Fair enough. Also, I'm just looking at, oh, we'll do this right now. I'm looking at our outfit that we're wearing.
Hey there, boy.
I'm wondering whether if the other races get the same outfit choices. Like, do they get like elf clothing, or is it like a dwarf gets a dwarfy looking thing? Because I'm just imagining a dwarf wearing this and thinking that doesn't seem like that would be right. Anyway, I'm going to end the episode here. Thank you very much for watching. In terms of what we have left is Wise Up plus these 2 things. This is a Wait for Later quest. This is a Fight an enemy that's far too high leveled for us quest. Right? I mean, in theory, it's only 1 level away from being like in the level range now quest, but you get what I'm meaning, right? One of them is fight a really hard enemy, which we can do at any moment, and one of them is Wait for Later. So I'm thinking once we do Wise Up, a whole bunch has to change. And what I'm basically expecting is that we do Wise Up, and then we get a mass amount of companion quests. Like, just an absolutely absurd amount of companion quests, one after another. That's the only thing that makes sense to me, but I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.